Okay, so this is a part two to the previous video I did about Mars in Aries equals Pluto retrograde. So this is what you need to know. Okay, whatever you did around Mars in Aries, which was on April 9th, okay, whatever intentions you did, whatever action you applied, whatever you were engaging in at that time, when we come to Pluto retrograde on May 6th, this is going to create like an audit or allow you to see what the result of those intentions and our actions are. Okay. If you were in alignment with, you know, your highest good and everything that is meant for you to come into in your highest timeline and connecting with your higher self and all of that, if you were in alignment with your actions and or intentions during the Mars and Aries transit, your result from the Pluto retrograde, whatever audit that you go through, is going to be a positive result. However, if you were engaging in ego and being impulsive during Mars and Aries, your result or outcome from Pluto retrograde is going to be a negative one. So, this is a reminder, go back and think about what you did. Okay. The full moon in Scorpio was a portal to allow you to release certain things. So, for some of you, this is going to play out many different ways. Okay. For some of you, if you were giving yourself the opportunity to release and let go of the old you during that full moon in Scorpio, your outcome can change. Okay, so let's say, for example, around Mars and Aries, you were being egotistical and impulsive. If you were allowing yourself to release those old qualities about yourself during the full moon in Scorpio, you could possibly end up with positive results during Pluto retrograde, only because it's going to put you into an audit where you're having to review what you did and to reflect about it. Okay. And then what else did I want to say? Because I just have to do a video and get it off of my chest. Whatever I experienced during that time, I had to journal it, because this is a real big download. So now I'm understanding that the mistake that I made today with my collective reading, I did 4-4 instead. I did 4-4 to 4-10 instead of 5-4 to 5-10. And I knew there was a message around that. So if you watch my couple videos before this one, I was saying about, Spirit said sometimes there's never a mistake, right? Things pop up for a reason. So right now I feel like, because we're still kind of in that scorpionic energy, that full moon energy, because, it's Monday. So maybe tomorrow we'll start dissipating out of that energy. Allow yourself to still continue purging and releasing and detaching. So if you can think back to the 9th, if you were doing anything impulsive, if you were doing anything out of ego, allow yourself to release that. Allow yourself to get rid of that old version of you, so that when we come into Pluto and retro, okay, this will be a time for you to reflect and a period for you to also see positive results from those intentions or actions. Now, Pluto retrograde is going to go from May 6th until I believe like October 13th or 14th. I will come back this week and I'm also going to do an energy update for the Pluto and retro, just because I feel like this is going to be a big shift for the collective. You know what I mean? This is going to be huge, especially based on the work that you did around full moon in Scorpio. That's what I just heard. Whatever you did around the full moon in Scorpio, because it was a huge portal to allow you to release and purge and let go and all of that. This Pluto retrograde is going to allow you to continue seeing the aftermath of what you did for the full moon in Scorpio, right? Because Scorpio is also ruled by Mars and it's also ruled by Pluto, which makes a lot of sense, right? So all of this ties into the Aries energy from what we did with Mars and Aries and with the Pluto energy, because we're going into Pluto retrograde. So for those of you that think that astrology does not exist, all of these things that are aligning and connecting to each other, you just can't make it up. Okay. And especially for things that have happened in my own personal life. That's why I had to journal and go back, because everything that I'm doing for certain astrological alignments, any rituals I do, I always journal it, and I do readings and take pictures on my phone. I document it. So I also wanted to go back and make sure that I had better clarity. And as I'm gaining the clarity and I'm journaling my downloads for today, my guides are like, okay, you're done journaling. Make sure you go and make a video and give them clarity so that they know exactly what happened and what's happening and what's going to continue to happen until mid October. Now, this is the big thing, because Pluto is going to be in retro until October. By the time Pluto goes direct, it's going to be in Libra season. And if you're not familiar, Libra season, divine order, balance, justice, truth, right? So keep that in mind. Okay. That's gonna be a big clue as to how things are gonna play out for you. Okay. If you were doing negative things, egotistical things, impulsive things during the Mars and Aries transit, that outcome can possibly be negative for you, but you still have time for you to be able to release that old version of you. Okay. Even if you weren't aware of things that you were doing around that time. If you are aware of it now because you're watching this video, set your intentions and allow yourself to release that old version of yourself so that now you can finally come into this Pluto retrograde with the awareness and the intuition and the discernment on how to move through it and how to get to the outcome that you're hoping to see, right? Because by the time we get the Libra season, there's going to be karma, okay? And this can play out different for everybody. You're either going to get good karma or you're either going to get bad karma. And that's just how duality works. Like, I'm not here to scare anybody or let you know, like, oh, bad things can happen. I'm just saying, based on your actions, your intentions, and the things that you say and do, there's always a repercussion for that, especially due to the law of cause and effect. There's always a counteraction with what you do and how you do it. Okay. So, I just wanted to let you guys know and just give you clarity. I'll come back in 2 days and I will also do the energy update for Pluto and Retro. Bye.